Maybe you procrastinated for a week and didn't do anything good. And now you're trying to think to yourself like, how do I do it again? It's very hard. It's very hard to get started again. And I had this same problem like right now before I started doing this, because I didn't film anything, I was on vacation, and after that I barely started to do any filming or even script writing. I just cut it off. So this video is also for me, not only for you, but I will tell you my routine to get out of procrastination and exactly what I did today, because honestly today also I procrastinated a lot, but that's okay. And first of all, what is procrastination? You have to understand the term in order to combat it. If that does that make any sense? It doesn't. Procrastination is basically you not doing something, and I mean specifically something good for you, or even doing something bad. That is also procrastination. So if you do something bad or if you don't do anything, you're procrastinating. And how do you combat this? Well, first of all, the biggest problem that I have, and that probably you have, is that procrastination is a habit to you. And you have a habit of not doing hard things, of not doing things that actually benefit you, and only do things that are easy, that are instant gratification, and that are bad for you. So if you think about it, just think about it right now. Let that sink in. Do you make procrastination a habit? I believe you found the answer. And if you do, you should stay on until the end of the video. But how do I make it disappear? How do I get rid of this bad habit? Well, you can't, you will always procrastinate. Everybody procrastinates in their lives. You can't be perfect. I also procrastinated like 15 times today, but the important thing is not that I procrastinated, is that after I just started doing a good things. I realized it, I stopped, and I started doing a good habit. For example, I just started doing pull-ups today. I did 125 pull-ups today, and I think that was a major change. It helped me concentrate a lot, and it was truly beneficial for me. So you have to understand that it is a habit, and you have to try to stop making it a habit. And how do you do that? Well, first of all, you have to stop the bad habit that you're doing, because procrastination oftentimes comes up with a bad habit. So they're basically like this. So you can procrastinate by not doing anything, but you most likely procrastinate by doing something bad. And you have to understand that you're doing a bad habit first, and you have to interrupt the bad habit. And how do you do that? Well, one of the most effective ways to stop a bad habit or to get started on a good habit is something that is known as the 5-second rule. And I read about this in MJ DeMarco's book, Unscripted. It's a very good book. I think it's a genial book, actually. I think it's written extremely good. It has a lot of valid points. It doesn't preach anything misleadful. It's overall a great book. I recommend you to read it. It can change your life, or maybe not change your life, but it can improve your life by a lot if it doesn't change your life. But it's an incredible book. You should definitely read it. And what is this 5-second rule? It's basically you count from 5 to 1 and then you get started. For example, I was at the gym yesterday with one of my friends, and we were doing legs. Unfortunately, it had to be done. And we were on the leg extensions, and I like to do my leg extensions Tom Platt style, if you know what that is. Like, you do the reps, and after you can do, your partner helps you, and after he helps you, you have to do even more, and at the end he has to push the weight down, and I just hold it, and I do 3 sets of those. They are extremely hard, but that's what makes them good. And I was like bullshitting him, you know, we were talking like making excuses, and I realized that I was procrastinating, and we started to count from 5 to 1, and when we arrived at 1, I just started doing that. And you know why this is extremely effective? You know, the beauty of it is that what you are basically doing is setting a goal for yourself in 5 seconds. You know, you start doing that or you stop doing that, and you want to achieve that goal. You know, you will not fail most likely. So basically that one is your end term of the goal. You know, that's why it's extremely important to set a date for your goal, because if like I was like, I'm gonna stop staying on my computer, but I'm not saying when. I can just never stop. But if I'm like, in 5 seconds I'm just gonna get off, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, I do it. I set the goal, and I also set the date of the goal. You know, that is extremely important. So the 5-second rule is a key part. Don't forget it. And also read Unscripted. It's a great book. And you do all that, but what happens if you somehow procrastinate for more than a week, a month, 2, and you just don't feel like getting started? And you know why is that? Because probably you want to try to get to the same level as you were before immediately, and that it can be possible. It just can be possible. If you run for an hour every day and then you stop for a month or 2 because you break your leg, or 3, I don't know. I never broke my leg, so I don't know how much time it takes. Of course you won't be able to run for an hour straight. But if you start with 10 minutes, then you get to 12 or 15, and then 20 and 30, you will be able to do it. And that is by having momentum and keeping the ball rolling. And that is a thing that I preached also on some of my other videos, and I think it's extremely crucial. It's vital, actually. So you have to realize that if you did that, you probably aren't, if you procrastinated for a lot and didn't do the good habit, you probably aren't at that level that you were once. You're not in your prime, and you have to let your ego at the door and just start small. You know, for example, right now I am fumbling a bit in front of the camera. I'm mispronouncing some words. That is because I haven't done it in almost a month, and that is the harsh reality. But don't worry, I'm still gonna do it, and I will be more consistent right now. You see what I mean? It's because I didn't do it. And don't forget to leave your ego at the door, as they say. So what is it that you've learned? You have to understand that procrastination is a habit. You have to try and cancel it, and always interrupt the bad habit, that is procrastination, or the other bad habits, with the 5-second rule. And don't forget, you have to get the ball rolling, the momentum, as that will set you up for even greater success, if you really think about it. If you just up and up and up, of course at some point you won't be able to do more, but that's kind of the beauty of it. You can never achieve perfection, but you don't want to get taken by that, you know. You don't have to get depressed that you can't always be the best. So you have to get the momentum and get the ball rolling. And that was everything I had to say for this video. And one more thing is that I'm very sorry that I didn't post, and I don't know if you care or not, but you know, for me it's a bad habit that I didn't do it. You know, I want to make this one of my good habits, and to do that I have to take accountability, and that's why I'm doing it with you guys. So I will post this by tomorrow, and if I don't, fuck me. And also I will post a new video by the end of the week, and I promise that I will. And if I don't, I will delete this channel, okay? I don't know. We'll see about that. But that was the end of the video. I hope you liked it. If you didn't, I don't